In the pantheon of martial arts cinema, few matchups could generate as much excitement as a hypothetical showdown between Don the Dragon Wilson and Jet Li in their respective primes. These two legends represent different eras and philosophies of martial arts, each bringing unique strengths forged through years of dedication to their craft. Don Wilson, the American kickboxing champion turned action star, dominated the direct-to-video martial arts scene throughout the 1990s. With an impressive professional kickboxing record of 72-5-2 with 48 knockouts, Wilson earned 11 world titles across multiple weight divisions. His transition from competitive fighting to Hollywood made him one of the most authentic martial artists in action cinema. Jet Li, meanwhile, emerged from the traditional Chinese martial arts world as a Wushu champion before becoming an international film icon. Starting his competitive career at age 11, Li won his first national Wushu championship at 12 and went on to claim 5 consecutive national titles. His fluid movements, lightning-fast techniques, and philosophical approach to martial arts made him a global superstar through films like Fist of Legend, Hero, and the Lethal Weapon franchise. Wilson's fighting style represents the epitome of Western kickboxing excellence. His approach emphasizes devastating kicks, particularly his signature spinning heel kicks and knee strikes that earned him numerous knockouts in professional competition. His training background in full-contact kickboxing means he's accustomed to absorbing and delivering real punishment, developing exceptional conditioning and pain tolerance that separates him from fighters who have never faced genuine competition pressure. Wilson brings proven knockout power with both hands and feet, developed through years of professional competition where timing and distance management meant the difference between victory and defeat. His superior conditioning allows him to maintain aggressive pressure throughout extended battles, using psychological warfare to break down opponents mentally before finishing them physically. This adaptability across different fighting ranges makes him dangerous whether the fight stays at kicking distance or moves into close quarters combat. However, Wilson's approach does have limitations that a crafty opponent might exploit. His focus on Western kickboxing means less versatility in ground fighting situations, and his limited experience with traditional martial arts weapons could prove problematic against someone with Li's diverse background. While devastating in power exchanges, Wilson's style can sometimes rely more on force than finesse, potentially making his movements less fluid compared to practitioners of traditional martial arts. Li's fighting philosophy stems from traditional Chinese martial arts, emphasizing fluidity, speed, and the seamless integration of offense and defense. His Wushu background provides him with an extensive arsenal of techniques, from lightning-fast punches and kicks to acrobatic movements that can confuse and overwhelm opponents. Li's incredible speed and reflexes, honed through years of Wushu competition, allow him to execute techniques that seem to blur the line between reality and artistry. His vast repertoire of traditional techniques provides multiple solutions to any combat problem, while his superior flexibility and acrobatic ability enable him to attack from angles that conventional fighters cannot anticipate. The mental discipline instilled through traditional martial arts training gives Li strategic thinking capabilities that extend far beyond physical techniques. And his adaptability across multiple martial arts styles means he can shift seamlessly between different approaches mid-fight. Additionally, his weapons expertise adds another dimension to his combat effectiveness that few opponents can match. Despite these impressive abilities, Li faces certain challenges when transitioning from choreographed cinema to real combat scenarios. His extensive film career, while showcasing technical brilliance, provided less experience with the unpredictable nature of full-contact competition, where opponents don't follow predetermined patterns. In pure power exchanges with someone of Wilson's caliber, Li might find himself at a disadvantage, as traditional techniques, while beautiful and effective in their proper context, may prove less efficient against the raw aggression of modern fighting styles. There's also the risk that Lee's preference for flowing, choreographed combinations might leave him vulnerable to the explosive single-strike power that made Wilson a champion. In our imagined encounter, both fighters would likely begin cautiously, respecting each other's reputations. Wilson would attempt to establish his range with powerful low kicks, testing Lee's mobility and looking for openings to unleash his devastating combinations. Lee would counter with his signature blinding speed, using feints and angular movements to avoid Wilson's power shots while looking for opportunities to exploit. Wilson's pressure fighting style would force Lee to rely on his superior footwork and evasion techniques. The American's aggressive forward movement might initially surprise Lee, who's more accustomed to the flowing exchanges of traditional martial arts cinema. However, Lee's adaptability would quickly come into play as he begins to time Wilson's attacks and counter with precise strikes. Lee would rely on his speed advantage and technical superiority, using combinations that flow seamlessly from high to low attacks. His ability to change levels and attack from unexpected angles would frustrate Wilson's more linear approach. Lee's conditioning from years of Wushu training would serve him well as he looks to outmaneuver rather than overpower his opponent. In the climactic moments of our hypothetical battle, both fighters would be pushed to their limits. Wilson's championship heart and proven ability to perform under pressure would drive him forward, even as Lee's technical brilliance begins to take its toll. The outcome would likely depend on whether Wilson could land one of his signature power shots, or if Lee could maintain his speed and precision throughout the encounter. The psychological aspect would play a crucial role. Wilson's experience in actual combat sports gives him an edge in dealing with real pressure and pain, while Lee's disciplined mindset and philosophical approach to martial arts would help him remain calm and tactical even in the heat of battle. Based on careful analysis of both fighters' tools, strengths, and weaknesses, this matchup presents fascinating contrasts that make prediction extremely difficult. Wilson's advantages lie in his proven knockout power, real combat experience, and superior conditioning from years of professional competition. His ability to end fights with single strikes cannot be underestimated. However, Lee's speed, technical diversity, and adaptability present significant challenges for Wilson's more straightforward approach. Lee's ability to fight effectively at multiple ranges and his superior defensive skills could potentially neutralize Wilson's power advantage. Who you believe would emerge victorious in this ultimate martial arts showdown? Consider Wilson's devastating knockout power and proven ability in real competition against Lee's lightning speed, technical mastery, and vast arsenal of traditional techniques. Would Wilson's Western kickboxing dominance overcome Lee's Eastern martial arts philosophy? Or would Lee's speed and versatility prove too much for even Wilson's championship pedigree? The answer lies in weighing raw power against technical brilliance, real combat experience against artistic mastery. Regardless of who might prevail in this hypothetical encounter, both Don Wilson and Jet Li have secured their places in martial arts history. Wilson proved that American fighters could excel in the martial arts film genre while maintaining authenticity through real fighting credentials. Lee demonstrated how traditional martial arts could be presented with both artistic beauty and combat effectiveness on the global stage. Their potential matchup represents more than just a fight. It symbolizes the meeting of East and West, tradition and modernity, power and finesse. In many ways, both fighters have already won by inspiring countless martial artists and entertaining millions of fans worldwide through their dedication to their respective crafts.